Hi everyone, I wanted to welcome you all to this year's art show, Birds of a Feather. Kindergartners made these feathers after looking at blue jays and cardinals and goldfinches and peacocks and even a snowy owl. They did a really great job with these feathers. They drew them first and then paint and cut them out, and they look great. On the other side is upper school printmaking, and we have here several different techniques. When you do printmaking here, we have a block. It's kind of like a very large eraser. These are the beginning ones. It's a small block, and you carve away the block and then carve your image, and then we print it. The next thing you usually do is a rainbow roll. This one of Danny's is a roll that's red in the middle and then white on the edges, and you can see where it blended to pink with the white. So that's how it usually works. This one, Lauren rolled the other direction with this owl, and so her rainbow was red and then blue at the bottom. So the middle of her owl and the branch is purple. This is very subtle. It's a really nice way she did this. Donia did this butterfly and printed, it's a rainbow roll, but she printed it on orange paper. So the other one over there is the same print, just on white paper. So that's really the cool thing about printmaking, is you can make multiple images of the same block. So different ways of doing it all. So in this class, Mason did just a single color print of this shark. Sarah Flynn has done a lot of prints. And this is pretty cool because she printed on black, and it's just one other color, this red panda. And Gabby did, this is the most complicated technique that Gabby did. It's a reduction print. So she did this print first and did the whole thing yellow. Then she carved away the yellow petals, printed the whole thing green. Then she carved away all the stems and the leaves and printed again brown to make the brown centers of her sunflower. So that's 3 layers of color on the one block. The next pieces we have are from pre-K, and they did these robins with their nests, and they each did them a different way. Emily Machado's is actually sitting on the nest. Lila Brown's has a little nest material in its beak. But Rhett's is bringing some more nesting material to the nest. And Ava's is flying out of the nest. And then there's a few more on this other side. Looks like right over here, JoJo's is adding some nest material. And Arthur's is sitting on his nest. Cheese is flying into the nest, and Tenny's is sitting, and Lucian is flying into his nest. Okay, on this next side, get ready for this. First grade made pileated woodpeckers, and they are just about actual size of the real birds. Pileated woodpeckers are very large birds, and so we have 2 trees that are full of woodpeckers. There's some on the other side also. They did a really great job with these, and they made them double-sided so that they look more realistic. Over here we have kindergarten made these collages pretty early in the year, actually. We read a Japanese fable called The Raven and the Peacock. And the story is about jealousy. And the raven is kind of, doesn't feel so good about himself because he's all black. And the peacock is such a beautiful multicolored bird with all the gold and the blue and green. And by the end of the story, the raven feels better. He realizes that he looks good too. So, and then on the next board over here is 2nd grade. And they did these collages looking out a window and seeing a bird in a tree. So we did birds that you might see in this area. Isabella did a blue jay. Ava did a black-capped chickadee. Kurt did a bluebird. Ryan did 2 black-capped chickadees. And let's see, Mac did a bluebird. Kennedy did a pair of cardinals. So the male is bright and the female is more brown and black and a little bit of red. And then Tyla did a robin. On the other side, we have great horned owls that were painted by 4th graders. And we spent a lot of time talking about using a dry brush, areas, not too much water with your paint. And so some areas were really crisp with the different colors. And this is Matan's. And others were where the paint bleeds into different colors. So the brown here on this one is bleeding into the yellow and the darker brown. So, and that I thought looked especially like owl feathers when the colors bleed. So students did a great job on these. They had a variety of poses to choose from. And I really like the different ways that they all look. Some of them with their wings all stretched out, like both of these, and some of them flying from the side, or seen from the side is what I mean to say, and some of them on a perch. And you can see the variety of styles, really great. These were done by 5th graders, and it's a collage of birds in the distance. So the palest color is farther away. The middle ground are birds that are middle ground colors, like a medium hue. And then the darkest birds are closest to us. And that's really the way it is. When you look off in the distance, things are pale. In middle ground, things are kind of a medium hue. And the things that are closest up are darkest. So students had a variety of birds to look at and draw from, and did a great job with these. I like the different color schemes and so many different birds. On the other side of these, 6th graders made eagles. And I don't know if you'd call this origami, but we used the seams in the cardboard boxes to make the eagle's body pop out. So it's 2 pieces and they were slotted to fit into each other. And again, it's really great, the variety of ways that students did these eagles. And the way they mixed their paint colors. The brown paint that we had was a medium brown, not an eagle shade at all. So students mixed it with some black to get these deep, dark feather colors the way eagles really are. And Max Perlman did such a great job on making his eagle having just caught a fish. And that straight on look. He built the beak 3-dimensionally. Most students went for the head turned to the side. It's pretty hard to make that beak coming at you. There's some more eagles over this way. And again, the variety is really great when students are all given the same materials and look at similar pictures, and then you see all of these different things. It's just, I think, one of the best parts of being a teacher, seeing all the ways the same question is answered. On this side are embroideries by students of birds, and they chose their bird and did a great job. They first made a paper pattern and then laid that down and cut out the felt, sometimes more than one piece, and then embroidered the different colorations and faces and beaks to make the different colors on their birds. Again, it's amazing to me the difference in techniques and styles, I guess, of stitching. There's some more over here. an eagle, some more owls, peacock, even the number of barn owls. They look so different. It's really great, the barn owls and how different they look. And this mandarin duck here. Great, almost like stained glass. Over here are ducks that you would see maybe on Tuxedo Lake. They're there in the morning sometimes when I come in. These are by kindergarten, and they're bufflehead ducks, which is a pretty funny name. I guess it was related to the shape of their head, which is supposed to be a little bit like a buffalo. I'm not sure I see that. These are hooded mergansers that are also sometimes on Tuxedo Lake. And these are by the 2nd grade class. And it's, again, really great to see really good efforts at drawing. Over here are 4th graders did pelicans. And there were 2 types of pelicans they could do, the great American white pelican and the brown pelican. Most students chose to do the great white one, which has an amazing pink and yellow beak, which I think was the main attraction. Quite a few students chose to make a fish for their pelican to eat, and it added to it. They did a great job making the feet and the head and making it all in proportion. And finally, on this side, we have 3rd graders peacocks. And they are just amazing. Some of these make me think of a fabric. I could see this one at Hayden's as a beautiful coat. I guess it's kind of a coat for the peacock. Probably wouldn't like it if I needed it. Elle and Caden, everybody did theirs a little bit differently. Again, that's one of the things that I think is one of the best, with different interpretations. Lots of shades of green and blue, great color mixing by this class, and even yellow, which I wouldn't expect in a peacock, but it looks really nice. So I think this year's art show turned out really well, and I'm really happy for all the hard work that my students did. Thanks, everyone, and who knows what we'll do next year. Looking forward to it. All right, bye-bye.